Today I'm going to share with you why it's time to stop hiding behind your brand and start showing your personality in your online business. I'm Lisa Johnson, a multi-six-figure business coach, and in 2.5 years I've built a business online where I make 90% of my income from passive and semi-passive income streams. Look, I get it. Putting yourself out there online is scary. I know, I've felt that too, especially in this judgy world that we live in. Lots of my clients are almost paralysed by the fear of putting themselves out there to the world. But it's a hugely important part of running a successful online business. We've all heard the saying that people buy from people, or that people like themselves. Both of these principles apply here. And you've probably heard me talk plenty of times before about needing to create a know, like and trust factor. We can only create that when people get a real insight into us as people. We can't do that with a logo or image-based social media post. They want to hear from you. All of my audience love to hear about what's going on in my life, even the stuff I might think is really boring. In fact, sometimes that can be the stuff they like best, more than the value content I put out there. That's why I regularly do Follow Me Tuesday on my Insta stories. And I'm always going live in my Facebook group, the GSD Society. I heard it described brilliantly recently. I was speaking at Magic Maker Live in London alongside a speaker friend of mine, Janet Murray. Janet was talking about creating these you-me moments with your audience. These are the moments where your audience feels like you really get them, as if you're speaking directly to them, that they have something in common with you. And these things usually come from the everyday posts when you might be in the supermarket, cooking dinner, or the kids are ill. When one of my twins was poorly recently, I shared what was going on with my audience, and the engagement was crazy. Genuine care and support, advice and examples of similar situations that they'd been in. It's these times that show people that we're just normal human beings too. Now, I didn't do that with the motive of making money. I did it because I feel connected to my audience and they feel connected to me. I talk to them openly about when things go wrong in my business, when I'm feeling down or overwhelmed, and they don't see that as a bad thing or a weakness. It resonates with them and creates a real sense of belonging. They know, like and trust me more because I'm open, transparent, and have high integrity. All of these examples are ultimately about telling stories. Stories stimulate the brain completely differently and change how people act. Stories resonate emotionally with people, and we rarely make buying decisions based on logic. They're almost always based on emotion. Some people just don't see it in themselves. Showing your personality and your opinions is always a risk. You can't please all the people all the time, but you don't need to. In fact, I'm a huge fan of being a bit Marmite. Get people to love or hate what you have to say. If it's neutral, then people say nothing and don't engage at all. Those that love it will be attracted to you and engage with what you have to offer. They'll become your people, and the ones that hate it, they were never going to be your ideal client anyway, so don't sweat it. They might even engage too, and that can only boost your reach. Think about it this way. If you don't choose what people think about you, they'll draw their own conclusions, which might be less than favourable for you. You can't not communicate. If you hide behind your brand or your logo or an image, people will make their own conclusion about you, and that could be the complete opposite of what you'd like them to see. So I challenge you, get out there, tell the world what you stand for, what your values are and what you believe in. Let them in, give a bit of yourself away, show them the real you, give them a sneaky peek into your everyday normal world. Remember, it will be the things that you think nobody else would be remotely interested in, that they'll be the things they find the most engaging, and contribute to your know, like and trust factor with them. Most of us are a version of our ideal client, but a few years ago. Think back to what happened to you then, the challenges you faced, the feelings you had, the things you overcame, the breakthroughs you had. Show them there is possibility and that you're an example of this being true. Try out some of these things in your business and let me know how you get on. And if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe below. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it too.